Hey guys, so we're gonna do a very raw vlog on a Sunday. But the reason why I'm doing this also, and the reason why I'm sharing this, is I got a lot of questions asking about stocks that you're not supposed to buy, stocks that you're supposed to avoid, stocks that if you are a trader or an investor, what are the things that you should not look at if you are buying and selling and trading the markets as well. So, but before that, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I've been investing in the market for more than a decade now. And the reason why I do videos like this is I just want to teach you guys, I just want to give you as much information as possible so you can trade the markets with confidence because it can be done. Trading and investing should not be as hard as what most people think it is, but you also must put in the time for you to be able to learn. So if you want stuff like this, hit the bell, subscribe, smash it, like it, share this to your friends so we see more and more Filipinos trading and investing in the market. So before I go with the charts, one of the things that people would ask me is what if there's one thing that you would look at that would cause you already to avoid the stock, that would cause you not to buy it. And in my opinion, one of the things that I would look at is very important to me, and I'm addressing investors first. If you're an investor, you have to look at the earnings. If the company is not earning, if the company's earnings is negative, meaning they're actually losing money, then that should be a deterrent for you. Especially if you're a long-term investor, you have to look at it that way. If you're a long-term investor and then uh, why would you come into a business, why would you come into a company that you know is not doing so well? Why would you want to invest in a business? Why would you want to invest in a company that you know is losing money? It You always have to look at it this way, that if you invest in a company, you invest in a business, it's like someone offering you to become a part owner. Would you want to invest in a business that they're not actually making any money, they're actually losing? So everything right now could be found online. The details for it, their their financials could be found there. And every time you see a company hit negative, they start to lose money. For me, that's a deterrent. But it shouldn't just stop there also, because at the end of the day, you invest in the stock market also for growth. You invest in the stock market because you know that there's a predictability of profit. So for me, number one, they're not making money. Number two, if I don't see them grow anymore, meaning their earnings are growing like this, then suddenly they start to decline. It doesn't mean that they're not making money. It means that the earnings are declining lang. Ayoko na rin ng ganun. I'm not really a fan of a company whose earnings are declining. I want the company that I'm buying, I want the company that I'm investing into, that their earnings is moving up. I want the earnings of the company to be increasing and growing. So if I'll categorize it, I don't want a company that the earnings are declining. I don't want a company that the earnings, they're not earning or they're getting negative. And lastly, I don't want companies that their earnings are flat, because if their earnings are flat, it means it's mature already, or and it could be headed for decline sometime in the future. So if you're asking me one thing, what are the things that I would look at? So that's primarily it. Earnings is so important. The earnings of the company is one of the most important things, one of the biggest factors that you need to look at also if you are a stock market investor. Ngayon, if you're a trader naman, and I want to zero in on position traders, one of the things that you could look at is just downtrends. For me, that's one of the ultimate things that position traders must follow. That am I buying a stock that's in a downtrend or not? Because if the stock is in a downtrend, no matter how cheap it is, no matter how cheap it looks, you're not supposed to buy it, even if it sounds like a blue chip company, even though if it sounds like it's fundamentally sound. You have to segregate the narrative that if you are a trader, your main parameter for buying and selling should be the charts. If you're an investor, your main parameter for buying and selling are the fundamentals. As what I've mentioned earlier, if you are an investor and then the earnings are not so good, you stay away. Or if you own the stock, you already sell. But if you're a position trader, you identify if the stock is in an uptrend, downtrend, or in a sideways market. Because if it's in a downtrend market, you have to avoid them first. You don't have to buy them. And please remember this, you don't have to buy every stock that's in the market. You only have to buy things that make sense to all of you. Now, let me give you context. I'll try to lift. This is a PSE, I know. And if I'll make the chart bigger here, you will see this. As we start to zoom out, you will see that what's happening here at this particular area, it's trying to build a base here. I'll try to put this so that you see it there. Then it's trying to build another base there. Then it's building another one over there. But if I start to zoom in here, you can try to connect these areas both together, this and this. As you can see, this particular area is forming a slope. This particular area is forming like a resistance, preventing this particular index to start to go up. And the reason why I want to show that, let me show you some banks that we have in the Philippine Stock Exchange in the PSE. So if you look at it here, and you try to project this to, you will see almost the same thing. You will see this, a very, very large slope, trying to prevent it, trying to protect it from moving up, moving back up again. So ganun din, let's try to look at maybe BPI as well. If you look at BPI here, you will see almost the same thing. BPI, zoom out, you will see this, you can project this. As you start to project this, you will see that. As you start to see that also, while it has not broken out from this range, maybe it's not worth looking into, maybe it's not worth buying as well. Again, the name of the game is, while a stock is in a downtrend, you stay away from it, you avoid it first, you wait up until you see it start to reverse again. Let me give you more examples. Let's move into the property space. Same. If you notice it, the narrative is almost the same. The charts, the patterns, they look somewhat the same. The the stock prices may be different, the volatility may be different, but the trend is very, very specific, that when a stock is in a downtrend, it will take some time also before it shifts, before it goes back, before you see it kind of move up as well. So for Robinson Stand, what you can do is basically this: just wait. This is the trend line. This is what's blocking it. This is what's protecting it. If it does not escape this, then there's a chance that it's not yet going to reverse. So if you are a position trader, the name of the game is you just wait. You wait up until it starts to break out. You wait up until it starts to escape this area, because after it escapes this area, that's when you can start to come in, and that's when you can start to buy those stocks as well. Let me give you more. Uh, let's try Bloom. So for Bloom, let's zoom out. As you all know, Bloom is generally into casinos. You connect this also here. You will probably see this. So same downtrend. Stocks that are in a downtrend will take some time before you can see it shift and start to move up as well. So AGI, very, very long, massive, massive, massive downtrend also. As you can see it here. Then you just connect this all together. You have that very, very long and very, very steep downtrend. So I'll repeat this over and over. A stock that's in a downtrend will continue to go down until proven otherwise, until we see something shift, until we see something move in terms of how the chart is looking at. So ganun din. Alliance Global, let's look at Mega World. Go into the property space also. Same. If you look at this, what's so interesting about that is, what do you see here? You see a break here. So after this, allow me to zoom in. You see Mega World escape this area from July 2019, break this particular downtrend, and it happened here. What's so interesting about that is, after doing that, it now started to form a particular range. So we could assume also, and we could analyze here, that Mega World now is moving and shifting in a range. And the range where Mega World is moving is from 2.5 to 3.5 pesos per share. And if you zoom in even further here, you will actually see this, that the range that Mega World for the short term is moving is here. But if there's one thing that's so different about Mega World, and you can compare it versus AGI, MegaWorld already escaped this particular long downtrend. And allow me to show you also, for example, ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN, it's not just because of the drop that we saw over the past few weeks, but if you notice it, it's been already in a very, very long downtrend, even prior to all of the news that we saw today. So that's how you can start to analyze it. Let me show you also ICT. ICT, International Container Terminal, you can see this, zoom out. If you start to zoom out there, you will see this. You can project this level here. As you start to project this level here, until it escapes this level, until it breaks out from this level, until it breaks out from this trend line, you can't possibly expect that it could possibly push up again. You can't possibly expect that there will be a higher push for the stock, because again, I'll say this all the time, a stock that's in a downtrend will continue to go down until proven otherwise, until something shifts, until you see something change. So for this one, as you notice, Uh, as you notice for SM, it's in a it was in a very long, this very long upward trajectory here. But as you start to zoom in, that upward trajectory also got broken. And where's the slope there? Where's the downward push? This is a downward push. This is a downward projection that as long as this line is not broken, we cannot expect SM to continue to push up yet. We cannot expect SM to continue to start to go higher based on what the charts are telling us. So as you notice it, and I just like to share this to all of you. Your technique every time you trade the markets is, if you're a position trader, it's very important for you to look at the chart. It's very important for you to know the skills on how you start projecting your charts from. You need to, if there's a skill that you need to identify, is it's a skill that you know if a stock is in an uptrend or a downtrend or moving sideways. And the name of the game is, when once you identify that the stock is in a downtrend, you start to avoid them, you start to stay away from them, you start to not buy them. So if you notice it, the signals for trading and investing are different. The signals for uh, investors is, you primarily look at the company. If it's something that's good, if you are an investor also, you look at the earnings more. But if you're a trader, what you need to focus on and what you need to spend a lot of time on is identifying the trend. So ganun lang siya. That's how you can specifically nitpick with the companies that you want to analyze. You look at the company. If you're an investor, if you are a trader, you look at the charts. I want to show this. Let's look at siguro. Let's look at tech. So if you look at Surtech here, you will see this. If I zoom out, same thing. You try to project this, you can get a very long and steep up downtrend. But after the downtrend got broken, it now started to move sideways. So that's how you can start to analyze it. You now treat it that, hey, the stock is now starting. The stock has now gotten out from a very long downtrend. It's now starting to move and starting to range also. But if you look at it also from a short-term perspective, you can draw your own support here, and you can draw another resistance here. Its failure to break that particular resistance could possibly push it also, either to bring it back here or bring it back here for the short term. So there, I hope you got something from this. I hope that this is something that was helping you. I hope this is something that added tremendous value to all of you. But key things that I'd like to note: number one, investor, focus on the earnings. Earnings not so good, stay away. Trader, focus on the charts. If the stock is in a downtrend, you stay away from it and then you wait for a reversal. It does not matter if the stock is popular. It does not matter if the stock looks blue chip. What matters more are your parameters. What matters more are what the charts are telling you. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. I hope that this is something that's helping you. I hope this is something that added tremendous value to you. But yeah, if you learned a lot, put it in the comment section. If you have other questions from this, and if you want more chart sessions like this, let me know, and we're gonna do more and more videos for all of you guys. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Gurmo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.